What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, how to build a strong foundation? How to build a firm foundation? Um, this is something that is natural for me. I didn't know that because before I got into astrology, I didn't really know myself, like that. I didn't know my own qualities. I may have knew, that I was a pretty cool person, but I didn't know the hidden gifts that I found inside of me in studying astrology. And because I'm a life path four, it's natural for life path fours to build strong foundations because that's a gift that God gave us. That's part of our life path. That's something that we're here to do. And building strong, firm foundations requires patience and so it's like slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. But I just wanted to say it's something that nursery rhymes, fables, stories that we were taught as little kids. They gave it to us in a format of a fable, of a story, a nursery rhyme, or what have you, to teach us something. But we really didn't just really know because I think that as children, I was a pretty smart little girl. And I didn't even know it. It's probably why I went through a lot of stuff because I had a smart mouth when I was little, and I just was kind of stubborn with, if I knew something, I knew it. But the little fable story of the three little pigs is something that if you go back to when you were a child and you look at the stories, the nursery rhymes or the fables or whatever you want to call it, and you look back at the story about the three little pigs, that story right there is a great story to think about, an easy story to think about when it comes to building. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, when we become adults, we get peer pressured. Even as adults, when you think that the more mature you are, the older you get, you are less prone to peer pressure. But I believe that because the way society is now, peer pressure is more. Adults are more pressured by peer pressure than anything. That's why we see a lot of people doing what other people are doing instead of doing themselves. But if you look at the story about the three little pigs, that story right there in itself is a great story to look at when it comes to building a strong foundation, because in the end, the person that was patient, the person that takes their time, the person that does it the right way is the one that's going to last. So just like I said, if you look at the story about the three little pigs, you got three pigs that was building huts or a home or whatever you want to call it to get away from the big bad wolf. They knew the big bad wolf was coming to town looking for somebody to 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 roast the pig and get some bacon or whatever that pig that excuse me that wolf was plotting to do. Those three little pigs knew it. And so they were like, I'm gonna I know this isn't the way the story went, but I'm just taking it from when I was a kid. And remember, because I just remember sitting on the floor in kindergarten. My kindergarten teacher was my first grade teacher at two different schools. It's like I went to a school in the city and she was my kindergarten teacher, and then I got bused to the valley and she ended up changing jobs and going to a different school and ended up being my first grade teacher, which made me feel so great because she told everybody that I was her previous student. So my teacher knew I was smart. I didn't know I was smart like that, but my teacher knew it. And it was something about reading and comprehension that I just was real good at. But it was really, with us children, it's about the picture. And that's why a lot of times when you look at social media, when it comes to adults, they don't focus on, like me, I do my videos based on my voice because I want you to hear the message and not focus on me. Whereas, and I'm not shaming anybody that don't do it like that, because we're all different. We do what we do. But for the most part, people are used to looking at pictures, because with pictures, they're able to frame an image in their mind, attach it to something. But when you just listen, everyone isn't like that, because there's a lot of people that like to listen to books. The person reading the book that wrote the book to them, um, versus watching a video or whatever. Some people just like to see the image, because for some reason that's just how they shape and mold information in their mind. They have to see it. But that's how it was with us as children. The teacher would read a part of the story, like a paragraph or whatever, and then turn the book around and show the children the picture. And like, if you remember when you were a little kid sitting on the mat in the group with the rest of the children, the teacher would turn the book around and just show everybody the picture, and then turn the book back around and finish reading. That's how my teacher used to do it. That's how I remember. And what the story about the three little pigs is, that they were building a hut to get away from the big bad wolf. So you had the first little pig building their hut with straw, and then the second pig building their hut with stick, and then you had the third pig building his or her hut with brick. And when the big bad wolf came into town and he was like, let me in or whatever, and then you don't let me in, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, and the big bad wolf blew the first little pig house down. That he ran to the other pig with the stick, and then he came to that one, and I huff and I puff and I'll blow your house down. He blew it, and the stick fell. They ran and went to the pig with the brick, and then the big bad wolf went over there, and he couldn't blow it down. And the reason why he couldn't blow it down is because the third pig took his time. He built, from the bottom up. He built a strong foundation. He didn't cheat. You know what I'm saying? He prepared himself because he knew it was coming. It's like, I'm gonna prepare myself. I'm gonna do it the right way. And it's like, when you building a strong foundation, you don't cheat. You gotta look at it in the aspect of the three little pigs. It's like, if I'm gonna build, in my case, I'm building a business, and there might be a time where you building a business, a foundation, and you're building this 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 building, this entity, this building that your business gonna be on. You building it from the ground up. You start with cement, laying down the cement, the concrete. You know what I'm saying? And that's starting the foundation off. So if you steal money, just saying, I'm just using this as an example. I'm not pointing fingers or anything, and nobody, like, I'm trying to pass a message on. I'm just saying this is what I'm learning, and I understand that it makes sense that if you don't have any money to start a business, you have to wait. You know what I'm saying? You have to do it the right way. You can't rush, you can't cheat, you can't skip steps. Because if you build your foundation and you don't have any money, and just say, I get some money and it don't belong to me, and I use that money to go buy the cement, and then I lay the cement down, and then I build my foundation on top of that money. That stolen cement is what it is, because I use stolen money to lay the cement. That means the cement is stolen. Now my foundation is rocky. My foundation isn't sturdy. Eventually it's going to come crumbling down. Or I can look at it as, the bricks that I built my business with. You know, I run out of supplies, and it's been raining or whatever, and I had to stop. And I had to stop it because I ran out of money, and I had to wait for a loan or something to come through. And so I don't have any patience to wait. And so I see some bricks over there on the side, and then I go take a few bricks. It's just 15 bricks. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Let me go over here and just let me go over here and just get a couple of bricks, and yeah, I feel better now. I can finish. I could finish uh, building my building. And anything that you take that doesn't belong to you, eventually you got to give it back because it's not yours. God didn't say it was yours. You didn't get that message in your spirit that it belonged to you and you took it. You going to give them 15 bricks back. And when you give those 15 bricks back, your foundation is going to come crumbling down. So slow and steady wins the race. So when you think about when you build, they taught us those things when we were children, but the way they taught it to us was in a, they put it in a fable like that for a child to understand. But sometimes you even have to still use that particular scenario with adults, because the adults a lot of times look at images. You know what I'm saying? They focus on images and not the actual message, because they have to frame a picture in their mind to understand, oh, that's what, oh, okay. Because you were just thinking it was just a story. Like, I'm just going to read the story because you a kid. No, it was to teach you something, but we didn't hear it like that. I'm not saying all kids didn't hear it like that, but that was the whole point of the story, is to teach you patience and hard work, and hard work and patience pays off, which is, in other words, a slow and steady wins the race. Because if you build a firm and strong foundation, it's going to stand the test of time. It's going to stand through a hardship. It's going to stand through everything, because nobody can knock it down for nothing in the world. They can do anything they want to do it to knock it down. It's like, if I'm building a business, and the way I look at it is, because we get tested a lot, and everything is not supposed to be easy, even though it really is, and everybody get used to do things or whatever. But if you are building something and you want it to last and you want it to go the long way, and I'm looking at, like, I have 6 grandchildren and I want to leave a legacy. I want to build, and I want it to last. I wanted to go past my grandchildren. I wanted to go to my great and my great great and my great 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 and the great 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 great. I wanted to go the long way. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. So when I got the inclination, and when I got the message and the information, you know, planted in my spirit, I was told to own mine. You know what I'm saying? To own my ideas, to own it so that I could take my time, and that's why, if you, as a person that's listening to this, you know what I'm saying, and you want to build something and you have ideas, it will be behoove you and it will be beneficial for you to own your ideas so that you could take your time and you won't have to rush. Like, for instance, I have my inventions, and I have a utility patent. If you Google what a utility patent is, a utility patent lasts 20 years. You own the idea. Can't nobody copy it. Can't nobody mimic it. Can't nobody do nothing with it. That gives you time to take your time to build. You won't have to rush, like I have to hurry up and build this like like the first 2 pigs of the 3 Little Pig story, and I gotta rush and go hurry up and do something, and because I'm running out of time. I got time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be just like the pig that built his foundation with brick. It's gonna last, and the big bad wolf gonna come to try to destroy it, and it's not gonna be able to happen because I did it the right way. Because slow and steady wins the race, and when you building anything that you wanted to have longevity, you have to use integrity. You know what I'm saying? You can't cheat. You can't be trying to hurry up and rush. You can't be in competition. You have to do it the right way so that you don't feel rushed. Cause you know what happened when you rush? Think about frying chicken. I love chicken, and I probably said this in another in another video, and a lot of times I might, say something because I know a lot of my videos don't get watched, and I'm not trying to get nobody to go back and watch anything. So I'm gonna say it again. Fried chicken is my favorite food. I love fried chicken, right? But if you don't fry the chicken right and you rush, because I've done it before, and I've done it, even I know how to cook, and I've done it after just trying to hurry up. It's not gonna get done in the middle. When you get close to the bone, it's gonna be pink. You know what I'm saying? Because you were rushing. Fire was too high, so outside of the chicken cooks faster than the inside, and it's all wrong. You know what I'm saying? But if you take your time and you build right, anything that is worth having and worth keeping, you want to take your time with it. You don't want to rush nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because slow and steady wins the race. So when it comes to building firm and strong foundations, always keep that in mind, that if I want something to last, whether it be family, whether it be a relationship, a marriage, a business, you know what I'm saying, partnerships, slow and steady wins the race, and use integrity always. And then that way, whatever you're building is going to go the long way, and it's going to last the test of time. It's going to be able to weather any storm that may come. Nothing to be able to shake it, nothing to be able to knock it down, because you did it the right way. You know what I'm saying? You never start anything off on the wrong foot, or you a trip if you do. And that's all I got for you. And I holler though. One love. Peace.